Good evening, all. Ira Epstein of Linn Associates with your metal market wrap-up, and this wrap-up is for Tuesday, and we're now sitting here on the 17th of August, 2021, about 6:15 in the evening. Well, we had a big down day in the stock market, and we're getting a bit of a follow-through to it. Interesting day when we get to it in the financial part. In the metal market, you held up in gold, but that's about all that you can say. The dollar was king. And with the dollar up 52 points, it was up 30 points early, and then it just kept moving higher, closing near the day's high. It put pressure on the whole commodity complex. You're even seeing bonds and notes just waffle throughout the day. Energy's pretty much sideways. And what's really going on is our news waves here are just full of the Afghanistan mishap that the U.S. has done. I'm a gentleman. That's what I'm calling it. I believe it was totally ill-prepared. I don't care what the president said. You can't get all those guys in a room and tell me that this is the end result. Doesn't make sense. And then COVID. COVID's serious. Give you an idea. Chicago, today they're enacting to go into any public place, indoor place, you have to wear a mask again. Go for your groceries, go to a drugstore, go shopping, you have to wear a mask. It's not up to the proprietor. So that's coming. If you want to run in our marathon this weekend, you have to have either had a vaccination or 3 days before running in it, you have to have a vaccination card with you, at least a test result with you that you don't have COVID. That's the requirement. So everything is changing. At Chicago, we're not the heart of this problem. That is down south where the situation is just dire. So when you look at gold, we had that little rally back up to the 18-week average of closes. We've come down. We're getting a bounce, but so far, market keeps getting held back by the higher dollar. You can see this big bounce that we've had, which really, if you take a look at it as a technician, look at where you peaked out today and look at this area here, rallied right into the bottom of that zone. Now that's important, and we'll get to it in a minute. As you can see, you've got this rally. You don't have a clean pattern. This all began with an outside day to the upside that then broke down. That's why the swing line isn't the ideal case right here. Where did the market go to? It rallied back to the 18-day average. As I said to you, the next resistance, the 100, then the 200. Even the 200 is under that last rally high, so we'll see what that does. I don't know that it has the power to go much beyond that. We'll find out. That's been a big rally in the market. It's over $100 an ounce. Big rally. I think it's just a reaction to it all. So I'm looking for the pause here, resistance above us, and Bollinger Band potential support if it decides to break hard again. I don't know that it has to break that hard again. When I look at the slow stochastics, momentum up. So we have a market that's just sitting right now underneath the 18-day average, so the bias is down. There is no trend. I have here a lower low and a higher high scenario. I don't know what to make of that. In the gold-silver ratio, silver continues to lose to gold, and you see it. The market keeps coming up here at these highs in the 75.5 zone. That seems to be where it's stalled right now. When you take a look at silver, you can see it too got back inside a Bollinger Band, but unlike the gold, it has an uptrend, but the bias is down and momentum is climbed out of an oversold area. It doesn't have a reason to go short and absolutely no reason to go long. In copper, you're getting a bearish crossover right now. Take a look at this 18-day average. It's ready to drop under the green, the 100. That's bearish, but where it's happening is interesting, right at the Bollinger Band, and I don't think this market's got the power to just go slicing through that dramatically lower. Could I be wrong? Of course I could be wrong. But is there a trend? No. You have a higher high, lower low, and you're into support and you're oversold. When I take a look at the platinum market, a failure right against the 18-day average of closes reminds me of the gold. The market got hit, climbed back, and stalled right out against that what we call line in the sand. And in the palladium market, a big drop back through everything today. You could see this market just very painful. I was hoping, frankly, it was going to hold better within these Bollinger Bands and develop some sideways action to eventually get a better trade off of. It certainly looked that way yesterday, but today you just went sinking through it. So like that reaction in gold we had looked at, you probably wiped out all the stops here, and now the key will be, can it climb back into the Bollinger Band? But that was a big break today. In the dollar, look at how the dollar is just moving out to the upside. The last rally highs were right here. That seems to be what the market's going for. So why? Because COVID isn't related to just America. It's around the globe right now. And people are looking at that. Forget Afghanistan. That's an event that's going to come and go over the next week, whatever's going to happen. I seriously doubt that there'll be any skirmishes of fighting between U.S. troops and the Taliban. They probably want to get us out of there. They also need world aid. You know, Afghanistan can barely feed itself in these big cities. You have to understand what's going on. We just froze $9.5 billion of Afghans' money. Who lays claim to it? I don't know how you figure that one out, but I'm not a lawyer. To me, whoever runs the country can lay claim to it, but it's been frozen. In the meantime, it can't be stolen in that way also. I wonder what I think it's Gandhi, did with the money that he took. So you put that together, you're trying to come up with ideas. Now, this coming Thursday, not tomorrow, I'm going to do a live presentation, a live webinar. It'll open at 12:15 p.m. Central Time for you to come in. I'll begin talking at 12:30. It runs 15 to 20 minutes. When you register for it, please send me your questions ahead of time so I can prepare the charts. You don't do it, I just can't get to the charts you want. Get them to me in plenty of time. I create them all, and we just go whipping one chart after the other. If you don't get my invite, and it was sent this morning if you're in my mailing list, click up here. That'll take you right to the invite. Fill out everything you need. The instructions you need are in there. Hope to see you all Thursday. You have a great day.